What is up guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Style. Welcome back to this video where we have another episode of their Clash story. This is episode number 6. We are absolutely rattling through these episodes. If you guys haven't already, go and check out those other episodes. They are absolutely awesome. I really love doing these, probably my favourite series to date. So we've had 5 other episodes, all have been EYG clans so far. I'm organising getting some other guys on the channel, some other YouTubers, some different clans out with the EYG community. But if you guys yourselves want to be in this series, let me know in the comments. You can also join the Discord. You can add me on Discord or Twitter or something. Hit me up there if you would like to be a part of this. But today we have Goblin Fury on the channel, 3 of the members of Goblin Fury. So let's jump into this, let's roll the intro and get this interview underway. Okay, and we are in here with the Goblin Fury. Guys, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Oh, sure. My name is Queen of Me. I am the leader of Goblin Fury. Furry.
You're a furry? Whoa. Okay.
Well, it's all coming out straight away.
I think I've been there about 2 years or more. I was brought over by Homemade, and I've been clashing, I think, forever. I think 7 or 8 years, actually.
Damn, nice.
I started in another clan. I actually am still a leader in that clan as well. So I divvy my time up, but EYG is definitely my home.
Yeah.
So I'm Philip. I've been in Goblin Fury for probably about 2 years. I'm currently a co-leader here. And I was brought in... I originally started clashing probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was a buddy of mine at work that started doing it, and I really like strategy type games, so I was hooked kind of from the beginning.
Yep.
And then we got like a little work team together, and it kind of fizzled out because we were all different. We wanted something different out of the game. Mm-hmm. And then I found a clan that I stuck with for probably about 2 or 3 years named Trinity Rebels, and they were great, but I just found that at some point I kind of outgrew what I was able to do there, and I really wanted to evolve my game. Like, I wanted to learn new strategies and be in a clan that had, higher level accounts in it and that type of thing. Yeah. And I think I found Goblin Fury just through a post on a forum someplace, and it was Booger Kyle, if anybody remembers that name, who brought me into EYG to begin with. And put me in Goblin Fury and said, like, hey, see what this is like, and if you don't like it, in a week or so, we can see if we can get you a different clan. And I've been there pretty much ever since.
Cool.
Okay, Hannibal here, also known as LL. I've been in EYG now for, I want to say, going on 3 years. Similar with Philip, it was actually my son that got me into playing, so it was just kind of like a thing for us to bond. And of course, him and his short attention span, he stopped playing a long time ago. I continued. Yeah, same thing. I like the strategy game and just being able to, try and look at the base and try and figure out where the traps are and whatnot.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be all that good at it sometimes. But,
good stuff.
Yeah, we were actually at a crawfish boil, and one of my wife's cousins seen my son playing, and he told him, well, hey, you should join my clan, and then I ended up joining that one as well. And we spent some time. It was a local one to the area where we're at. I'll say I stuck with them for a little while, and eventually everybody just kind of started going their own way, and started looking for some other, clans to go and clash with. And what was global at the time was, of course, a hot mess.
Yep.
And I think it was actually through, yeah, it was terrible. I think it was actually Power Bang. Watching some of his videos, and he was talking about some of the Reddit clans, and so that I went ahead and went on Reddit to check it out to see what he was talking about, and that's how I found EYG, and been with him ever since.
Good stuff.
Of course, I also have my main accounts with Little Sneakers, and unfortunately, when they had their split, I guess it's been about 1.5 years now, 2 years almost. I've stuck with them, so a lot of good people over there too. So unfortunate, there's been a number of clans that have come and gone since I've been in.
So if we kick this off with a few quick fire questions, if you guys would listen to some of the other ones, I'd sort of do this to just get us talking a wee bit, find out a little bit about you before we go into the full in-depth questions. Most of these were just provided by the guys in EYG, so some of them are a bit far-fetched. So Queen,
Okay.
we'll kick this off with you. What
Yes.
keeps you playing Clash of Clans? What is it that holds you and keeps you going?
Well, for me personally, it's always been kind of the social aspects. I mean, I enjoy the game as well, but I just like the community feel of it, and it feels like kind of home whenever you're in the game. At least for me, you know, get to know a lot of good people, and you know, if I'm having a bad day, I can go in and kind of rant about it, have a day, share with it, and then I enjoy the game aspect of it as well. And I've got, 6, 7 accounts, too many accounts.
Yeah.
But my TH13 is now in Goblin Fury. And then I've got a 11, a 10, 2 9s, 8. And the last two are really for plateauers. If we've got an event and I have to travel, I bring the other account over just to hang out. But I just really enjoy the community.
Fair enough. Okay, Philip, we'll move on to you for the next one. Now, this is from Leon in the general chat in EYG, so it's a wee bit far-fetched. So
I was going to say, this is going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. So, which troop would you say you relate to the most, and why?
Oh, goodness.
Now, careful with what you say here.
Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. I would say I'm going to go back old school and say I'm the barbarian.
Fair.
I'm like, there's probably 1,000 like me. We go in there, we do our job, and we, I don't want to say we die. That sounds really horrible. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm not flashy. I'm not the most powerful troop by all means, but I can get the job done. So that's why I'd say barbarian on it. I won't go dark elixir or anything esoteric on it. Just give me the barb and I'm good to go.
Good stuff. That's a good answer.
You did
Hannibal.
well.
Okay, so we'll move on to you. This is another one from the chat. So, if you could change the color of one of the troops in the game, which troop would it be, and to which color would you change it?
Of course, me being a smartass that I am, one of the guys changed his name recently to El Chapo, and we're talking about, of course, the drug kingpin that's now in jail in Mexico. And I said, of course, everybody knows the saying about throwing someone under the jail. I said they can't throw him under the jail because he would just dig his way out. They should have made the miners Mexicans. That El Primo character that they came up with, that was garbage. That was a white guy in a luchador mask.
Now, when I asked this question, that is not the answer I was expecting, but it's exceeded my expectations for sure.
So yeah, thank you for reminding me of that one, Philip. Yeah, we'll make the miner a little bit more tan than what he is now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Queen, will come back to you with another question.
Uh-oh.
When you play Clash of Clans, are you quite open about it? Do you mind people seeing, or are you one of these people that sort of tries to hide it? Because I know there's a few different people that play it in different ways, and
No, I mean, I don't have a problem with people. In fact, we have I just got my check from ESL because I was in Town 10 tournament, and so I showed it to my husband, and he's like, "Oh, you're a pro gamer now," you know. So I was with some friends yesterday, and I showed them a picture of my check. I go, "Look, guys, I'm a pro gamer," and they're, half of them, "Oh, you that?" The other half, "What?" So, I mean,
fair enough. So you're pretty open about it. You're pretty confident. So Philip, will come to you with the next question.
Sure.
Which spell would you like to see buffed in the game, and why?
Oh my goodness. I would say that I like the way that most spells are currently operating, but nobody ever uses a lightning spell anymore. It's pretty much, at least at high levels, like there's no real reason to brew them ever. Like, it's not like you're going to Zapquake anything anymore. Yeah. So if they're going to do anything, I would say do something to that, because the rest of them are pretty much fine where they are. They're all functional. They all can be used in a variety of situations, but the lightning spell is pretty much just toast.
Yeah, that's fair. You mainly see it used like at the lower level town halls where, like you said, it's Zapquake and you just spam dragons, but as soon as you get to these higher town halls, it's pointless.
There's just no point anymore.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Now, if we could like just quake the, or not quake, but like zap the resource buildings like we used to,
Yeah.
maybe. But like, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that they could implement to the lightning spell to actually make people use it again. I don't know.
Like, maybe if you were to do something like an electro drag attack, where like at the end it just lightnings an area.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to maybe like do it at a certain level higher than what it is now, but like have it have a radius instead of just kind of be on point, that might do something. I don't know. Other than that, just make it more powerful, right?
Yeah. So Hannibal, this is the last question. Another fun one for you. This is from Leon again.
That damn Leon.
So you don't need to answer this if you don't want to, but which troop would you go on a date with and why?
Well, it sure as hell wouldn't be the Valkyrie. Piss her off, she'd ask you.
Like, behead you.
So I guess,
Behead, yeah, exactly.
I mean, probably the Archer Queen. Hell, why? I don't know, but I guess if you pissed her off and she was to shoot you, at least you wouldn't see it'd be from a distance, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hannibal likes tall ladies.
I do.
Fair. And ones that like cosplay loads of different skins. Well, whatever you're into. There you go,
Yeah,
Leon.
whatever
There's your
turns you
question in. Okay, so that sort of brings us to the end of these quick fire questions. We'll get into the more serious ones now and talk a little bit about the clan and EYG and stuff. When was your clan founded and who was the founder?
I know that our clan was founded back probably, 20...
Prior to 2016.
Yeah, like 2015 or 2014. Hannibal, you take this one.
Okay, well, yeah, it was back then. I don't know exactly when it, but it was not actually Homemade that started the clan. He did pick the clan up and brought it in. It was one of, I think, the first 3 or 4 clans within the EYG, and of course, it's always been used. I mean, it's gone through different uses. It was a pretty serious war clan at the time. Has been kind of more of a farming clan, semi-serious war clan for probably about the last 3 years anyway. So.
Yeah, they brought it in. Actually, Goblin. It was the 3rd clan in, and then they brought in Frostlight after that. And Frostlight was the one that Homemade led, and it was a war clan. And then Goblin Fury was where they used to have their alt accounts, and it was a way for them to farm and practice with. But then it took on a life of its own, and it actually became a very competitive clan. So that's how it evolved.
Yeah. So it's sort of been a part of EYG right from the start. That's something I didn't really know. That's pretty interesting. So you guys have probably seen all the ups and downs of EYG, and people come, people go. So probably got a lot of stories in there.
Well, I think we've all been here for at least 2 years or more. So I mean, there's a lot that's changed in that time frame.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely lost some, but we've gained some too. It's been an evolving thing for sure.
Yeah.
What town halls do you guys accept into your clan? So obviously you guys are quite close with Frostlight as well. Is it similar to them or?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty similar. I don't think we do a lot of town more because it's hard for them to compete in war with us when we have so many high level town levels. So probably 10, 11, 12, 13 is our focus.
Fair enough. And what sort of age range do you think the Goblin Fury is? Is it mainly, I don't want to be rude, but older players, or have you got some younger players as well? Or?
I think we're mostly older players. I mean, I think there might be a couple college kids, but basically we're married with children.
Yeah. And I've said it a lot in my other interviews as well. I think that's one of the good things about the game Clash of Clans. Obviously, it doesn't matter what age you are, and you can play. And even if you've got kids, if you've got a spare minute, you can go on do an attack or just chat in the chat or whatever. And I think EYG sort of one-ups that, if you know what I mean. It brings all the clans into a bigger community, so there's always someone to talk to. So. Yeah.
Well, and that was the goal. I mean, Homie did so much to the recruiting in this thing growing. He was the one that went to every forum, every server, joined all the servers, recruited everyone, and he always brought people in that he just felt would enjoy the game. It was never about, being a professional gamer. It was more about bringing the community together. And that was always his focus. And I think, we still do that. I think that's still who we are.
Yeah. What sort of league stuff have you guys been involved in? It could be with the clan, or it could be outside of the clan.
Well, I don't know if any of us do any league other than like Supercell CWL in clan, but like that's one of the reasons why I really like the overarching clan family, is that you can take your account out and put it into like an event clan, do league with that, and then still have a home place to go to, so that we don't have to be kicking people out of the clan in order to do something and then try to grab everybody back.
Yeah.
I know personally, like, back a couple years ago, I tried League for the first time with my Town Hall 8 with a clan that was in at the time called Toe and Blue, and it was great. But I was a Town Hall 8, and there's really not a lot of ways you can screw that up.
Yeah.
I did try to do, I think it was the ESL Open, and I hated it. It was not for me. It wasn't anything to do with the teammates, but I just, like, it's so hard to make that many good bases, and you only have an hour in which to attack. Yeah. So if you're not like around in that hour, it's just, what do I have built, and what's the best possible thing I could do with that?
Yeah, there's so much pressure on in the leagues and in these big tournaments and stuff. Like you said, you've time restraints and stuff, whereas in normal wars in CWL you've obviously got 24 hours, so you can pretty much pick and choose when you're going to go on. But in the leagues and in the tournaments, when it's you have to attack at this time, it's a lot of pressure, and there's always obviously stuff on the line as well. You've got money from ESL, and then you've got like obviously trophies and whatever, and yeah, there's a lot.
Well, and I like personally, like I don't like not winning. I guess.
Well, I don't think anyone doesn't. But
no, I mean, like, there's always something you can learn from losing, and so it's a great teacher in that regard. But I'd rather win, and I'd rather have the time to be able to plan something and execute it well. And I really like that about the Supercell CWL, that you do have a day, you can pick a base, you can plan it, you can talk to somebody. Yeah. When it's just a really short time frame, like I just get all anxious, and then it ends up being a giant clusterfuck, and it's just. Yeah. Then I just feel like crap for the rest of the day. So, like for me, I'll stick with doing mergers and jumping around clans and enjoying what I have. But I think for a while, I'm going to sit out of that one.
Fair.
Well, I did ESL. I think I mentioned that. I did Townhouse 10. It was with Zane and Vivian and a couple of Sharks people, and I enjoyed it actually. I mean, it was fun, but the timing was rough. Is it has to be at a specified time, and it might be 9 o'clock at night for them, but it's 6 o'clock for me, so I have to rush home. So I didn't like that aspect of it. And then we do the DAT with the event clan, but I don't think I'm quite at that level yet. My Townhouse 13 is pretty new to me still, and I don't feel like I'm at that level. I need some time.
Fair enough. Hannibal?
As far as like league stuff goes, I've never really been into that. It's just like she was saying about certain times and whatnot, and just the way they do the breakdowns. So
fair enough.
For me, it's I like to keep it as just kind of a no stress thing. So I got the 24 hours to play and do my 2 attacks, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
One thing that I've found as well is that like we tend to be more of a relaxed clan, not necessarily all farming, but we're very much developmental, in my opinion. So when we do war with a range, so that you can dip if you need to. You can practice things, and as long as you try hard and fail, like there's nothing wrong with that. But I found that because we have been, and all of us have been in the clan for so long, like we've seen a lot of people come from that environment and then also get to a level where they want to do more. And so we've had a lot of really good co-leaders move on to different clans in the family because they are more league oriented, and they want to be more competitive than what kind of we offer. And that's also one of the great things about EYG, is that you can still be with those people, through Discord, and have conversations and chat with your friends that you've made for the past couple of years. but you don't necessarily have to just be confined to the 50 people that are in your clan. And so when people want to move on and do something else, it's not like you have to say goodbye forever to them. And then also with events and stuff, you can kind of jump back in and, you know, rekindle those in-game experiences also.
For sure. How long would you say you guys play for on average a day? Doesn't need to put a specific time on, just sort of a rough...
oh God, you're going to embarrass me now. I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 hours a day, if not more. Because I mean, like, with 5 accounts, and especially at nighttime, right? Like, you turn it on, you start doing stuff. If you include Discord into that, it's like, I don't even want to talk about that.
24
it's just
hours
going to
a
be
day.
embarrassing and sad. Yeah, right.
Fair enough. Hannibal, what about yourself?
Oh, well, he's talking about Discord. See, that's just more time right there, and I don't even care to get into all that really. As a crane operator, so for me, it depends on the day and how busy we are. So it's a great time killer for me. So on a 12-hour day, if we hardly work, I might be on it, 6 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
So,
I think
on a busy day, I might get maybe one or two attacks in, 1 hour at the most. And it's having 3 different accounts bouncing around, so trying to get a little bit here and a little bit there. Not too much really. Sometimes a lot, other times. And of course my wife hates it, so it's one of those I try to limit it when I'm at the house. Most of my clashing, I actually end up doing at work.
Actually, I think a lot of people do a lot of clashing work. I think that's a filler for a lot of people. I think, for me, it varies as well. I mean, yesterday I wasn't on hardly at all. In fact, I all of a sudden realized, oh God, I haven't done my ward, and I was at Town Hall 10, so I should have done it a lot earlier. So, it's very. Some days, I'll spend the whole day, and other days I'm on for an hour. So
yeah,
depends on what's going on in real life.
Yeah, I liked your point about saying obviously a lot of people do it at work, and I think that's something that we've not really spoke about in this series before, is where people are actually playing Clash of Clans. Because I, for one, I can comfortably say I probably play at work more than I do at home, especially in my lunch hour or whatever. Like, I'll sit there, as soon as I stop for lunch, the game just comes up, and I sit and I do my war tax, or I do a few farming hits or whatever, and it's a good thing to pass the time. Like,
yeah, dentist's office, like doctor's office, work. Like, I work in customer service, so it's kind of hard to have my phone out and do stuff, but like, you still find a way, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's when you can tell it's an addiction.
Yeah.
I like something be missing from my life.
Yeah. It's definitely one of
It'd
those
be hard.
games that you get so addicted to that, I mean, some days, like you said, Queen there, I could go a day where I wouldn't go on it that much, and then I go, oh no, like, why have I not been on today? You go on, and then you'll sit on for like a couple of hours easily, and it's definitely one of those things you find yourself always going back to. Even if you take a break from it, you'll come back at some point.
Well, when the game kicks you off, you've been up too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's usually a teller right there.
Yeah.
That's when you go to a different account.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
So what events have you guys been involved with in EYG? Because obviously there's been a few different sort of events and stuff that EYG runs. And what sort of stuff have you done?
Well, I've done the Trojan a couple times now. Actually, those are fun. I have to admit, those are fun. And then I did the DAT event.
I was gonna say I've done the Spaghetti War, but that was the only one for me, just because I tend not to be able to, like, again, plan my attacks for like a 10-minute period and know that in that 10-minute period I'll be able to be there. So I've wanted to do a Trojan. They look amazing. Look like a ton of fun, and it's just I never know, like, am I gonna have to work that day, or will I have time in the day that I can just take that specific time out.
Yeah, same thing for me. I can never be sure exactly what time, and I can't guarantee a specific time. And it's pretty much guaranteed that if I was needing to get on in class right then, that somebody would be trying to get a hold of me for something.
Yeah.
It's like they know.
Yeah. And Philip, I've been waiting to ask you this question the whole time. What is it with Bob Ross in the Avatar? What's the connection?
Well, what did I have before that? I can't even remember anymore. Um,
He
I
just
don't
likes
know.
the happy trees.
I think, yeah, who doesn't love their happy trees? Come on. I think it just came down to the one day, like, who can get pissed off at Bob Ross? It's
That's
just
fair.
such a happy, smiling face right there that maybe I can use that to mask like horrible things that I say, and everybody will be like, but it's Bob, right?
Fair enough. I've been dying to ask you that for ages. I always just wondered what the connection was, if you were like a long lost relative or something. I don't know.
I wish I had that hair. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
I remember the show when I was growing up, and my sister was always really into art, and she'd watch it, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's ridiculous!" That guy puts me to sleep, and I would never pay attention. But like, you see the stuff that he does, and he's just so happy and quiet. He used to be a drill sergeant. Like, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't think I relate to him a lot with like his lifestyle or anything, but he just looks like a happy, fun guy, and that's kind of what I want to get across, I guess.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that there. Yeah.
Well,
you can rest at ease.
Yeah. So that sort of brings me to the end of all the questions I had lined up. If one of you guys, or if all of you guys want to do a live attack, I would definitely be up for that if you guys are.
All right, well, here we go.
Best of luck.
Okay.
So let's change that to a barracks, and my warden is down. Good times. Let's drop the queen first so that...
Should have a Philip chair. Row, Philip.
Okay. Good.
Gets played, right?
What have you got in your siege barracks?
Oh, just you wait and see.
Oh Jesus.
I'm gonna be all excited.
Full of goblins.
Oh, it's just all barbarians.
Oh yes.
That's what we should do. We should end this with just all goblin attacks.
Why won't you drop? There you drop. I'm gonna have to use that here.
Yeah. That town hall's probably gonna do some work.
Sure, RC. There she is.
Nice.
Drop. Goes from the side.
There's still plenty of Yetis up.
Well, I am amazing. There is that.
Oh
This
yeah.
is looking good.
I'm humble also. Yeah,
it's
but they're
just
going to
gonna
be
be
stuck
this-
at that wall there, and it's going to be
Yeah.
either go left or right.
That's tough that they went out. If they'd stayed in, probably gone up to that scatter shot, I reckon that would have been a 3.
Well, who was it that said that final IT right there was probably going to do me in?
Yeah, that was me.
That was prophetic.
Yeah, I definitely jinxed that. I should not have said that.
Shut up! Come on. I'm just trying to 58 seconds left. I doubt I have enough time to make it go with that. Especially with that warden just walking around doing nothing.
Yeah, just getting shot at.
Just getting shot at. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you love the warden's time? Just so smart.
Dopey.
They were meant to fix his AI, but I think they've actually made it worse. There's so many cases I see all the time where he just goes with like a tiny little group, or he just starts shooting on something that's completely pointless, like...
Or leaves like everything just outside of his range.
Yeah, so when
And
you
you
use the
think it's all
ability,
in,
it
but you
messes
don't?
everything. Yeah.
I had a builder, whatever his machine is, hit a wall for like 30 seconds, almost get through it, and then switch to go to a wall piece 5 blocks away.
That was full health or something, yeah.
It was full health. Get halfway through that, come back to the first one, and then be like 1 hit away, and then go back to the second, and then go back to the first. He took a minute and a half just hammering walls to nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it was so frustrating. 90%. Well, I can live with that.
Hey, 90%, that's a good outcome.
All right, watching.
Yep.
All these
Watching.
people watching. Y'all trying to make me nervous.
Yeah, that's why we do it.
Yep.
Gonna have a performance anxiety.
Go Hannibal! Go Hannibal!
The cheerleading stars.
If I could get the warden to drop, there we go.
Oh, I've done that so many times where I accidentally leave my warden on air, and I'm just sitting
Oh,
there
yeah.
like, oh no, what have I done?
Well, who was it? Zane, I think, got me into, especially for CWL, but even in War here, like I'll try to do a friendly challenge first, and then just set both of those. And I have to say, like, I am doing this. It is set.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, I will totally forget, and then yeah, you'll end up with like a blimp.
Yep.
Going through to nowhere, and you're like, oh shit.
Yep. Nice funnel. Those have pretty much got nowhere to go but into the base here, so. Oof, that single locked on your queen.
She might get it down though.
Yeah, she'll get it down.
Nice.
I love seeing the blimp getting more action nowadays. Like, I felt like we hardly saw it at Town Hall 12. It was mainly just Stone Slammer and Wall Wrecker, but it's good to see the blimp getting some love now, especially with the Yeti bombs and stuff.
Philip, are you here?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, can I have some hogs?
Pardon me.
Can I have some hoggies?
Geese some hogs.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll stop watching Hannibal then, and let's see.
Queen's got other priorities here. Nice
he's
hit,
kicking
Hannibal.
ass. Woohoo!
Yeah, that was obviously the cheerleading at the start. It did the job.
That's what we're here for. So I only have 5 gems left, so don't ask me for anything again because I can't do it.
Okay,
Gotta
don't
wait
worry
till
about it.
payday.
Don't worry.
That 1 gem donation thing in the gold pass, it's absolutely destroyed my gems.
Oh my goodness! I would always save them for that book of heroes for the 500.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, I can't not do this. Like, and then all of a sudden you're looking like, where did my 1,000 gems go? I have 5 gems left.
Yep.
I got to go root everything up from the builder base so that I, maybe can get 7 more or something.
Yeah. Every time it's like, oh, I could train these. Nah, it'll take like 10 minutes. Nah, I'll just gem them. It's only like 5 or 6 gems. It'll be fine. And then you're looking, it's like, oh, 0 gems. Oh, how did that happen?
2 hours later, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I try to buy the gold pass for my main account, but then for the secondary ones I don't, and then I get like,
Good job, Hannibal.
Yeah, nice hit, Hannibal.
Thank you.
good hit. You get like so many people wanting donations, and if you don't have it, you're just stuck there waiting on them. Like, oh, I guess I'll come back in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll have.
Have
2
you
troops
accidentally
go
done
by
it
then.
with like a mini account where you think you've got it but you've not, and you spend like 30 gems or something on 1 troop?
Oof.
Oh
Yes,
god, yeah.
done that.
I've
Yeah.
done that so many times. I'm like, no,
All the time.
oh no.
I think I've done that every like first of the month after
Yeah.
the gold pass expired.
Yeah.
I think I've done it on every account every time.
Yep.
Yeah, I usually get 3 of them, 3 of my accounts, and then I have to push myself to try to actually finish them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I only got 8 more on this one. Oh, I've got 6 more.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. on the 29th, and you're just pushing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sitting there like, oh, I've got to do these hits. Boost,
Got
boost,
all the
boost.
barracks on. Yeah.
Yeah.
On boost.
Or then sometimes I only have like 2 left. And screw it, I just spin the gems, get it done.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it. I probably should have studied it before I just drop things. I have a tendency to get impatient.
Nah, sometimes those are the best attacks. You just chuck everything in, somehow pulls off.
Spray and pray, basically.
Yeah. That's what most of the lower town halls are these days. Like,
Oh yeah.
just spamming like
Oh.
hogs or dragons or
Miss that
whatever,
wall.
and it's an easy triple.
That's my jam, though. Spamming troops. Thank you.
Yeah.
Something that requires actual skill. Nah.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that.
I watch these like people do amazing like Lalo attacks, and I'm like, I want to be able to do that. And do you think I've ever been able to do that? no, it's
No,
just not happening.
Stuff like that takes such high skill. Like, I've tried Lalo. It's like you said, you see one and you think, hey, I'll give that a go. I reckon I could do that, and you do it, and it just it just doesn't work.
Or
ever.
the first time you do it and you pull it off, and you're like, I got it.
Yeah, you're like,
And then
I'm a
every other
god
time
at
it's
this
like
game.
1
Everyone
star.
bow down to my skill. Yeah.
But you pull one off, you think you got it, and then you go and try it in the war and completely bomb it.
Yeah,
just
you end up with like a
crushes your
1 star or
ego.
something, and you're like, never doing this
Yeah.
again.
Or not even. Like, what happened here?
This is looking pretty good, Queen.
It looks better.
You still don't sound happy.
I'm still just over here clicking things away. Like, oh sure, let's hit this now. Okay.
Oh, it's going to be that Inferno on the back end. No, you've still got those healers up. They'll do a good job at keeping you going. Probably just be a time.
Or they'll attach onto the warden and do absolutely nothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they'll just walk right in front of that air defense and all die. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not a bad attack.
Pretty
I
solid.
guess
Not at
I'm
all.
still the only one using Yeti bombs right now.
They're all getting split up at this point. This
My
guy's
only
over
issue-
here.
My only issue with the Yeti bombs is that I can never seem to get it to go where I want to, or it'll go like just before where I need it to be, and then basically it's useless because it's not hitting the Yetimites aren't hitting like the main thing like a.
Well,
needle
say
artillery or
goodbye to the
whatnot.
warden. Bye, warden. Have a nice trip.
It's gonna walk in through the middle of all of those
This guy over
That
defenses.
Yeti's got it. That Yeti's going to come in. Oh, Jesus, it's got like no health. Never mind. I know Yeti mites either.
Oh well,
Not a bad hit though.
it was alright. It was alright. Well, I don't know if Susie watched. Hope she does. I'd like to give her a shout out because that gal works so hard, and I really appreciate everything she does for our clan and for the community.
Susie?
Yeah, Susie, she rocks.
Yeah, Susie's awesome.
So Susie, we love you.
Hey, my hat's off to all of y'all. Because y'all all spend a lot of time on Discord doing all the, Philip, especially you with the merger stuff. And there's no way I could actually get myself involved in all of that. So,
Yeah,
Well,
actually,
my hat's off.
I really appreciate it too. I think the team is great.
Yeah, and I mean anybody that's listening to this and thinking about wanting to get more involved on the Discord side of things, like it's definitely just getting into the larger community, and it's not that scary. Like I know for me, I held off for a long time speaking in lobby. I don't like to be in places where I don't know people, that type of thing. But like anything in life, like you put yourself out there a little bit and you make friends. I mean, one of the things I love most about mergers is that I get to go visit a whole bunch of different clans and meet people in those clans. And sometimes they're not a good fit for us, like culturally, or they're just inactive and dying and trying to find if we can help them bump up their numbers. But like I've met a lot of really good clashers and groups of people just by doing that. So anybody that wants to do that, just give me a DM and we'll see if we can help get you involved.
And that does bring us to the end of this interview. Thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end of this one. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It was an absolute pleasure having these guys and gals on the channel. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button. Also, leave a comment in the description your thoughts and feelings on this, and if you would like to participate in it at some point in the future too. Subscribe as well if you haven't already. 60% of people watching these videos aren't subscribed, so go down there, hit that red button, and subscribe to the channel. Why not? Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Peace.
Do it for the love.